Alright, and there you have Bordogni 26, which is the second round OkMEA All-State Tuba Etude. So with this one, man, I'm sure you've all read at the bottom. Obviously, a lot different style from many of them that you've played before in the past. If this is your, second or third time advancing to second round All-State, I have really fallen in love playing with this one. I have not played this one in a long time, so I'm kind of glad that the committee chose this. It's been a lot of fun to get into, and one of the things I think we have to recognize right away is how we want to interpret the accents. Obviously, the etude is asking us to play it heavy. We want to have that firm front. Obviously, that's a big part of what we're trying to achieve here. But then beyond that, I like to put a little space in between them for a couple of reasons. First, I think it really highlights the decay. Secondly, it gives it a little bit of a lift. Third, especially as we get to the second half of the etude, it makes it a little bit easier to catch a couple quick breaths to make it through some of these eighth note runs. Obviously, breathing is a big challenge with this, and we want to make sure that obviously we're taking adequate breaths and making sure that we have enough gas to fuel us to the end of all of these musical phrases. I definitely think dynamically we want to stay more on the softer side. I feel like many of the louder dynamics will be overplayed by a lot of people who aren't thinking about the energy that they want to play with. Obviously, we see forte, fortissimo, accents, half notes. It's easy to get out of control with a bad sound. We really want to focus on just making sure that all the articulations, specifically the accents, sound the same. Also, as stated at the bottom of the page, the short quarter notes, obviously the ones that aren't slurred at least, and I really feel like the tempo and the articulation drive the energy of this. I don't think the dynamic needs to drive the energy in this, and I think you do yourself a favor by taking a lot of the mezzo forte forte sections a little bit on the softer side, so you stay within control, can focus on tempo, can focus on time, and make the ends of these phrases without having to leave too many notes off to either take a breath or getting to the point where we're making bad sounds. Because at the end of the day, whoever who's on the committee who's going to be judging these etudes, they want to hear good sounds. They want to hear great musicianship. They don't want to hear tuba players blast away. We don't want to fall into that stereotype. So really make sure, even at the loud dynamics, even if they're accents at the loud dynamics, we're really focused on making our warmest, most robust sound. And then again, if it's accented, with a little bit of a decay afterward and a little bit of a lift to really highlight that you understand how to perform the accents. Now, I certainly can understand if you would prefer to play the accents full length and not have that little bit of space. I think reasonable minds can disagree on that. That's just how I have come to hear it and play it, and the way I enjoy it. But again, if you like playing those accents longer, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Beyond that, obviously, we want to make sure that we take things slow. I'm sure you heard the metronome in the background. I had it set, I believe, at 98, if I remember. So a little under tempo. Obviously, 104 is the goal tempo with this, and I think that's what we should shoot for. But don't sacrifice a faster tempo for anything less than your best sound and best musicianship. If you show up and play it at, half note equals 92 or 94 or 96, whatever the case may be, as long as you sound good and have great control, great musicianship, I think you're going to be really happy with your audition, and I think that's really what the committee is going to be listening for. As always, thank you so much for listening. Hope that you got a little bit out of this. And as always, feel free to like and subscribe, leave a comment, all that fun stuff we do on the interwebs. And as always, thank you for watching and happy practicing.